Just a warning about mounting this ABUS U-lock for bicycles. It takes a lot of space. It takes a big frame. This is a mountain frame, 17 inches. And you notice this is the only way I could mount it because of my bottle holder here. So it bumps into the holder and I have to overlap the frame here. The whole lock measures from there to there, from out to outside, 11 inches. But the problem is, and the frame here is basic regular actually. The problem obviously is going to be a bottle holder. If I would put the bottle holder here, I could not place the U-lock into the frame at all. Uh, the problem is really with the way these things attaches to the bicycle. It's completely different than the standard locks that you just put a bracket here and slide the lock in there, because the overthinking Germans, they sometimes do good things, but many times they really overthink things. They actually want this lock when it's mounted like this on the bicycle. You cannot remove it. Actually, you need to unlock it from here, remove the U-bar, and then place it and lock your bicycle someplace. This is fixed here. You cannot just slide the block out of it. And actually you have two pieces. This is the piece that keeps the U-bar, and this is the separate piece. It connects here with two screws that mounts on the frame. And in fact, if you look here on the side, you have kind of sliding hole, and there is one on the side of this piece and there is another one, and basically this mounting piece on the frame of the bicycle, this piece slides into that hole for this component. On my bicycle here, this top piece did slide like this, but you can also take this piece and just slide it like this, and it's going to mount in a different way, and these two screws are going to enter here and here. So there are two mounting positions between these two components. I no longer have the instruction. I cannot show you a picture, but you can mount these two components in two different ways, and this will allow you to mount it around the frame in actually more than two different ways, in several ways. But the problem is these two components would always take a lot of space here, and that will require much more space into the frame than the standard locks that you have. Normally you have a piece that's secured on the bicycle, and then you just pick the U-lock and just slide it in there, and you remove it from there. It's just like that. And this is a completely different system. So just be aware that I don't know, maybe I can give you dimensions, but you see, from if I would just measure from the front of the tube to the behind this tube is about 17 inches, and like I said, this is really the only way I can mount this thing if I have a bottle holder. Otherwise I would have just slide it backwards like this, and it will be inside the frame. But then I won't have a place for bottle holder, neither here, and that's pretty much the space is there. So in this position, I don't kick it with my knees or with my legs when I pedal. It's okay, but it's definitely not a standard place position and placement for a lock. Also, I want to point out that I had few annoying moments. What does not work easily with this is basically you unlock it with the key from here, then you keep this piece in place, you remove the U-bar, and then you remove the red piece. It's a whole process, way longer than normal U-locks, but that's not the problem. The problem is when you want to put these things together back connected here, because this thing, I cannot remove it from the bike like this. I need to unlock it. If I don't unlock it, I need to remove these two screws to remove it from the bike. So that's kind of, they were thinking maybe so nobody's stealing your U-lock while you don't watch your bicycle or something like this, but that's another story. The problem of using this U-lock is really when you want to put everything back in place, connect it back, and just go by your day. what you need to do is you insert this piece first into this mounting piece, and you need to observe the two holes to be perfectly aligned with the hole here. So you will have this hole for the U-bar, and you'll have another hole in here like that, and this top hole needs to be perfectly aligned here. So when you insert this thing, red piece all the way up, then you need with the other hand insert the U-bar towards the red piece, and that's where it's difficult to match the U-bar into the hole of the red piece at the top and also at the bottom. It will take patience every time. Maybe after many tries you will get more used to it, but and then once you insert it, you just actually you need to lock it in there. Obviously you just lock with the K and remove the K and just go by right. But it's German, you know. I did had a Volkswagen, a Passat. I did like the car, but because I do my own repairs, when I was about to repair something, or maybe even just to replace, if you know a bit of cars, about cars, just to replace the air filter on the engine, it will take me 30 minutes. On my actual car, a Hyundai, it takes 30 seconds. That's how German do, and I can tell you it's very common for them to just go by their way, and lucky they did lose the Second World War. Anyhow, that's just for the fun part of it. Okay, so just a warning about this detail. I do like this lock. I think it's fairly strong actually. What is this? Well, that's the rubber piece on it, so I'm not sure about the actual metal bar, but I would guess it seems to be less than half an inch, the metal bar itself, but I think it's fairly strong, better than cheap locks that look the same but are not the same. And also is not that expensive, so it's less expensive than, I don't know, maybe an equivalent kryptonite or something like this, so that's why you buy this. But at the same time there are limitations, and some may be quite serious. All right, thanks for watching.